one.
Okay,
And
good afternoon. Today is May 6th, 2021, and it's 3:30 p.m. I'd like to start our Fremont Unified School District Personnel Commission meeting, and we'll begin with roll call. I'd like to call the meeting to order. Okay, and we'll begin with the roll call. Chairperson Mary Lou Ulloa, present. Vice Chairperson Harshdeep Nanda.
Present.
Commissioner Henry Ann Yee.
Present.
Secretary Angela Bianchini. Angela?
present.
Okay, so if we'll please stand to recite the Pledge of Allegiance. Ready? Begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Item 4 of our agenda is introduction of guests. Do we have guests?
We have no guest.
Okay. Our next item is item 5, to approve our minutes from our April 1st, 2021 meeting. So commissioners, if we could please review those minutes.
Okay, I move that we approve the minutes of April 1, 2021.
Okay,
All right, I second the motion.
okay, all those in favor of approving the minutes for April 1st, 2021?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, motion passed. The minutes for April 1st, 2021 have been approved. Okay, our next item is 6, is to approve today's agenda. So are there any questions on the agenda?
Okay, I move that we approve the agenda for May 6, 2021.
Okay.
All right, I second the motion.
Okay, all those in favor of approving today's agenda?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion passed. Okay, so today's agenda for May 6, 2021 has been approved. And our next item is 7, Chairperson's Report. Okay. I'd just like to congratulate all the staff that has put in for early retirement. That's nice that they're going to take advantage of that and retire early. And I was also sad to see of Bernard's passing. So our next item is Secretary's Report.
Thank you, Mary Lou. Yes, Bernard had a big impact on the district and a lot. He's been here for a really long time. I believe it was 30 years. And so he knew everyone and everyone knew him, and he was liked by all. So it came as a shock, and it was sudden, and everyone was really distraught over it. So thank you for acknowledging that as well. The district will start rolling out on-site COVID testing. We actually started rolling it out this week for anyone who is working on site at the district. So basically once a month, each site should have the opportunity to take a COVID test. And so the way that will work is we'll have proctors available. And so basically staff will walk up to the station, They will swab themselves and then seal it themselves, and then the proctors will mail it off at the end of the day, and the results would come back within 48 hours. So we do have agreements with all the unions to have the testing done for every employee, basically again once a month. And so we're starting it here again at the district office, and then next week it'll roll out to the school sites.
So Angela, personnel from the district office, do they have a return date?
So a lot of the directors and the administrators are here at least a couple days a week in and out of the office. A date in terms of when the doors will be officially open, I haven't seen a date yet. I know that we do plan to have a full return in the fall, with CSEA returning at some point this summer, but we don't have a date yet for them either. What we keep hearing is that there's this June 15th date where all of the tiers will be lifted. I don't know how much you are all watching the news, but it does appear that several counties are moving very quickly through the rest of the tiers. And that's what we keep hearing, is that this June 15th will be the date when the tiers will be lifted, but I'm not certain. And then I think we will work with that date.
Okay.
But as of right now, we don't have a date when offices will fully return.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so we'll move on to new business. Do we have any new business?
We don't have any new business.
Okay, then we'll move on to item 10 of our agenda, other businesses. We'll start with 10A, working out of class. We have an attached reference list, and this is for info only. So if we'll just please review it. Okay, so are there any questions? Are there any questions on the list?
I guess one question
looks good.
would be the Director of Transportation. So what's the progress with that? Since I see that somebody is filling in that position for right now.
Right now, we have the Director of Transportation posted. We've had it posted for some time.
Right.
It is traditionally one of the harder positions that we have to fill, as well as risk manager, and they're both open right now. And so they've actually both been open since April, and we're working through the recruitment right now. So far, we've listed them both. We posted them both on EdJoin, which is our usual job application that we use. We posted them on AXA. We posted them in CASBO, which is another school business job board that we use, as well as CASTO for transportation, which is another transportation organization. And we've also posted them on ZipRecruiter. So we have lots of advertisements out there. It's just one of those positions where it's just a tough position to fill. And simultaneously, we're running the risk manager, which is equally as challenging to fill. And they're both listed and posted in the same areas, with the exception of CASTO. So anytime I'm on the phone with anyone who I think knows someone, I encourage them to, tell their colleagues to apply. So we're just really trying to get the word out there, but it has been difficult. So we've extended now the postings multiple times.
Okay. Yeah, tough situation.
Okay, so
Right.
Hey, Angela, I actually have a professor who also teaches at the Mineta Transportation Institute at San Jose State.
Uh-huh.
What I can do is I can share that job posting with her, and she can pass it on to potential students who are graduating with a master's degree. I might
That
be
would be
interested
great.
in that role,
That would be awesome.
right? So I can, okay, I can try to do that later today.
Oh,
Okay,
that's good.
I can send you the link and you can forward that link on.
Perfect, that'd be great.
Okay, I'll send it to you.
Thank you, Harshdeep.
No problem.
Okay, so we'll move on to item B, eligibility list 1 through 5. 1 being mailroom clerk, 2 mobile maintenance technician, 3 office assistant 2, 4 school secretary, and 5 staff secretary 2. And this is an action item, so please review the list. Are there any questions on the list?
No. Okay, I move that we approve the eligibility lists, numbers 1 through 6 for mailroom clerk, mobile maintenance technician, office assistant 2, school secretary, and staff secretary 2.
I
All
second
right,
the
I second the
motion.
motion.
Okay, all in favor of approving eligibility list 1 through 5?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, motion passed to approve the eligibility list for mailroom clerk, mobile maintenance technician, office assistant 2, school secretary, and staff secretary 2. Okay, it's good to see that we have 10 people listed for the secretary list, since we have 3 openings. Have the principals interviewed for those 3 schools yet? Angela?
Sorry, I'm muted.
Okay, so I said it was good to see that we had 10 candidates on the eligibility list for school secretary, and based on the retirement list, 3 schools have lost their secretaries because of early retirement. So my question was, have the principals interviewed secretaries yet for the positions?
So I know that one site specific is holding off because of the time that the secretaries retire. Many of them are not leaving until the end of June.
Okay.
And so we still have a little bit of time. I know one just hired someone so that they could have some overlap, but I don't believe the start date is right now either. So that's part of the challenge, is just timing it right to where they can have a little bit of overlap if they want to. And then also it's still early where they're actually not physically leaving until June.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Okay, so we'll move on to item 10C, personnel actions, classified employment personnel action list. And this is for info only. Okay, did everyone get a chance to review the list?
Yes.
Yeah, looks good to me.
Okay, so we'll move on to item 10D, the recruitment report. And this is also for information only. So please review the attached list. Okay, so our next item is to approve the personnel commission budget for the 2021-22 school year. And this is an action item. So if we please review the budget, and if there's any questions, we could ask Angela. Are there any questions or comments about the budget?
Looks good on my end.
Yep, looks good.
Okay, then I motion to approve the agenda for the 2021-22. Excuse me. I move to approve the Personnel Commission budget for the 2021-22 school year.
I second that motion.
All in favor of approving the Personnel Commission budget for the 2021-22 school year?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passed, so the budget has been approved. And now we're down to item 11, communications.
Let me just double check. I don't have any communications. I don't, but I did pull up the information on the school secretaries, so I can share that with you since you asked. We had a vacancy at Warwick that was filled with an internal staff member. We had a vacancy at Thornton Junior High, which was filled internally. We had a vacancy at Niles, which was filled internally. A vacancy at Glankler Preschool, which was filled internally. We have a vacancy right now at American High School. This employee is not leaving till June 25th, so they're going to hold off on interviewing just a little bit longer. And then we have a vacancy that just came up at Vallejo Mill for school secretary and Matos for school secretary. So also, if you remember earlier on in the year, we had a vacancy at Forest Park and Maloney that we also filled. So we're pretty much going to have a new secretaries at all of
Wow.
Yeah.
at many of the sites. So
Oh,
a
wow.
lot
Yeah.
of them are from internal candidates, but we will have a change.
That's good.
Um,
So
Hopefully-
Angela, an unrelated question. I drove by Centerville Junior High and I saw like they took down the whole building. So how's that going?
Centerville, that I don't think I have any update on Centerville. I know that at Horner, they had a new building, and over the last couple of months, they had moved everything. So they're completely situated in their new building. Centerville, I don't have an update on. I can
Got
find
it. And
out.
right now we have one. Do we have the first middle school in place yet? We do this year, right? Or is that starting next year?
Isn't it at Horner?
I think it started. Yes, I believe it is Horner. So I'm not sure if it started this year or if it will start next year. But you're right.
Got
That's
it.
why they have
Interesting.
the new building. Um, I know that we will open the Rick Center in the fall, and that's where the Glankler preschool will now be housed.
Okay. So what's gonna
Uh,
happen with the building where the Glankler preschool is currently held?
So that program is just expanded, and right now part of it is at Blakeout and part of it is at Glankler. So now they will bring all of the students back, and then some will stay at Glankler and some will go to the Rick Center.
Okay.
Oh,
And
that's
then
good. Yeah.
we will also have a virtual academy in the fall, and so we will have at least a school secretary for that academy. For the Rick Center, we'll have a custodian one, a custodian two, a secretary. So you will see some new positions being added as we start to open these other sites.
So the virtual academy, that's gonna be for the families that select to not come back to school come back to school in the fall and stay with
Right.
the virtual learning?
Yes. Yeah, so then we will have teaching positions specifically for that academy as well.
Okay.
Based on the survey, are there a lot of families that are still opting for virtual in the fall?
So I don't know that we've done a recent survey on Virtual Academy for the fall. I know that we have done several over the last few months in terms of
Right,
folks were ready to come back. And we
right.
did still have many families who wanted to stay home. But in terms of the fall, I don't know that we've done a recent survey. At least I
Oh,
haven't seen
okay.
a result on one.
So Angela, I have a question. Okay, in regards to the virtual learning, okay, is there going to be a screening process for the students to opt out? I mean, I'm concerned of it for some of the students if it's going to be in their best interest academically to go the virtual route.
Yeah, that's actually a really good point. You know, I think we're in the early stages. I haven't heard about that. That's actually a really good point. I don't know if we're looking for doctor's notes or we're looking for some kind of documentation to go along with the request. But I haven't heard either way. And I definitely haven't heard about that piece either.
Yeah, because I'm concerned because I know New Haven has that option for where some of the kids have this virtual academy, but it's my understanding that it's more of the children who can do the challenging work of it, you know, that their personality and their learning style is apt for it, right. And not, you know, so that's my concern. If we have families here in Fremont opting to go that way, and parents may think it's in the best interest of the child, but academically, I mean, are the kids ready for that? Is my concern.
That's a really good point. I will make sure to keep you updated. This is all pretty much new. We're just starting to roll out information on it. So as I get information, I'll make sure to keep you guys updated on the virtual academy, and then I can look into the Centerville building and see where we're at in that regard as well.
Okay.
But yeah, I think this will be good to keep you guys in the loop on the virtual academy.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, thank you, Angela. Those newsletters that you forward are very helpful.
Oh yes.
Really enjoy looking at those.
Yes.
Good. I'm glad you guys like them because there's no way I would be able to fill you in on everything from, you know, every department. So it does help as well to just keep you in the loop.
Yeah, that's really helpful.
It is helpful. Okay, so our next regular meeting will be June 3rd, 2021 at 3:30 p.m. And it is 3:56 p.m. and I'd like to adjourn our meeting.
Thank you all. Have a good weekend.
You guys doing a happy